My boyfriend said women need to serve men in his family as it's a tradition. I'm beyond upset.
This one takes the cake. You may have seen it or heard it all on this one, but wow, was I shocked. My BF, 28M, and I, 24F, have been dating for roughly 2 years now. I've never met his family in person, they know of me, as they live quite far away and we're all busy with life. But recently, there was a family event for his nephew's first birthday. I went to the event with my BF, and meeting his family and relatives was nice. They were sweet people and said they were happy to have me there. But once the dinner time came, my BF, who has never ever asked me of anything, suddenly told me to get me my plate and food. I was confused at first, but then noticed that all the women present were taking care of handling the food to their partners. Instead of telling him anything, I just decided to do it. But the next thing was asking me to get him water, and then next, get me tissues, and then next, let's go wash hands, even when I wasn't done eating. I was so baffled the whole time because I wanted to tell him to knock it off, but given how all the men in the room was doing the same and the women following them, I didn't say anything until the event was over. Once it was done and we were going back, I asked him what TF was going on and was genuinely upset, and he told me that's how his family tradition is. And since men are far superior than women are, they're meant to serve, and that of course I'll have to do the same once we get married, so I need to warm up to it now. This was possibly the weirdest and most awful conversation I've had with him because he's never brought up anything about his family or this tradition until I met them in person. He's never even mentioned any of this until now. I got so upset by the fact that he sees women as inferior, but then he said it was not about inferiority, but women are a good subset of humans that are more emotionally evolved to serve than men are, so it's a waste for them to not act that way. He said us serving isn't a bad thing, but actually a great thing that shows respect to our partners. We argued for a long time, and he said I needed to consider my relationship with him if I wanted to marry him. We've had marriage talks since my own family is asking to consider him as well, and I had no issues with it since he's a nice guy and always been good to me. It's just that he's never been this way. And him bringing up tradition and knowing his opinion on women serving men and all that is making me consider my relationship. I haven't talked to him since, and he's been saying sorry for making me upset and that I should stop being sensitive over a simple thing that I'll eventually get used to. But I'm not sure if this tradition is something that's normal to his culture and I'm reading too much between these lines. It's not that I wouldn't get him his plates or tissues, but it's the context behind it that I do not like. IDK if I sound affirming of what he is saying, but I'm not. I'm seriously conflicted over how his personality just seemed to have changed and needs some insight, because I thought he was the perfect guy for me until this happened. Should I talk this out with him or something? What do you guys think? Should she run? Because I would have been so shocked. I don't know, I think I even would today with somebody to talk with me like that, let alone tradition. Sound off in the comments, you guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and share.
I, 35F, discovered my husband's 38M infidelity and his double life thanks to a post on Facebook.
Another slip up on social media, where somebody has effed around and found out on their cheating, and there's some pretty serious health concerns involved too. Let's check out the story. My husband and I have been married for 10 years and have 2 children together. He travels often. I also want to say that about 8 months ago, I discovered that I was infected with an incurable STD. He blamed me for this, saying that I was the unfaithful one. Well, I was browsing Facebook in a mother's group. In that group, it is for help with children, to ask for donations, share experiences, and memes. A mother shared that she would give her husband a laxative tea so he wouldn't go to a soccer game the next day. It was all mockery and laughter in the comments of the post and telling her to update the result. I'm a person who likes to read comments. Unfortunately, I saw a profile that had a photo of a woman with my husband. I started watching, and apparently they got married civilly. My husband created another profile, but has a different name and surname. I think that child has his false last name because she uploaded a post when she went to register the child's birth certificate and placed the full name there as if she were proud of it. I posted it in the same group, now that they give the option to post anonymously. Several gave me advice, and we deduced that possibly the other lady didn't know because of what she shared on her profile. I wrote to her and was surprised that the B-Sitch did know that he was married. They have been married for 2 years, and their baby is approximately 14 months old. Although they are not technically married, their marriage is not valid. I hired a lawyer, I took all the evidence, and I am in the divorce process, since when I complained he preferred her, he left the house to live with her. Besides, he refuses to give alimony, claiming that he has another child to support, and that if he has to give alimony to my children, he will seek the minimum payment even if he has to quit his job. How do I proceed with my life? I think I feel very limited in rebuilding my life because of the STD and my situation. Sorry for my English, I'm not American. So imagine how this wife felt when she discovered her husband's secret identity and secret family and second so-called natural wife. It's gotta be enough to put her in a tailspin. Something that'll make you stumble out of a room and just stare outside. But go ahead and weigh in and tell me what you guys think about this. Have you ever been through anything like this? Let us know in the comments.